afternoon, and welcome to Milestone Mondays. Hello, Danielle. Today we have Danielle
Hi.
Welch. She's a social media marketing guru, and she has her own businesses. And today for Milestone Monday, I wanted to have her share her story about how she got started and the kind of businesses she runs. So, Danielle, I'm going to turn it over to you and let us hear a little bit about your story and what you are all about on your social media.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. This is so cool. So, like she said, my name's Danielle Welch, and I own Bridge Consulting and Design. It is a social media marketing consulting and coaching business. I actually started my business back in 2018. The technical date is June 2018. Why that's a significant date was because it was a month after I found out that we were pregnant with our second little baby, and this little girl. I started my business just to kind of get my feet wet in the freelancing space. I was at first just a website designer. I had some friends that knew I was kind of tech savvy and marketing savvy that asked me to help them build a blog site. And so I did that a little bit. And then word kind of got out that I was doing that. And this was a business that I started outside of my full-time job. My full-time job at the time was I was a marketing consultant for an agency, and I had about 4 years experience prior to that as a agency consultant, where I would work with small business owners and put them into a predetermined marketing package and sell them into it, and then I'd go on to the next one. And so my full-time job was in marketing, and then I was starting to freelance in marketing. And fast forward about 4 or 5 months into starting my business, and the time came for me to transition out of my corporate job and go full-time into running my own business. It was kind of a interesting time. It was a very mutually agreed upon decision between my employer and myself. We had kind of come to a head. I was having a really hard time, Teresa, with just seeing kind of how small business owners were not always, but a lot of times kind of taken advantage of in the agency world. Because small business owners, they don't have a whole lot of time to go learn all the bells and the whistles of all the social media platforms and all of what's out there. And I've seen a lot of agencies take advantage of that naivety, that, the naiveness of sometimes small businesses. And so I just didn't like that. And that's why I said I wanted to start doing some stuff on my own. And so me and my boss, we came to this point of probably not best for you to keep working here, because I wasn't doing anything. I was throwing people into these marketing programs that I didn't believe in, because I was like, they're charging too much. And anyways, so I started my own business, and 4 or 5 months into that, I went full-time self-employed. Within 6 months. So by April 2019, I had my first $10,000 month, which was awesome. It's from a revenue and income standpoint, but I worked 60 hours a week that month. And my baby was 2 months old. I had an older daughter who's she was 3.5 at the time. So you got 2 kiddos at home. I'm nursing, I'm working during naps, and I was burnt out and I was running dry, and I hadn't even hit a year mark in my business yet. I loved the flexibility of staying home, but something had to change. So that summer, I spent a lot of time figuring out, okay, what processes can I put in place in my business? I served small business owner clients, so I was doing social media marketing. I was writing their Facebook and their Instagram captions and graphics. And long story short, speed up over the next year and a half. That summer of 2019, I created a system that gave me the ability to go from working 40 to 60 hours in a week to where today I really only work about 15 hours a week in my business. And my income didn't dip because of the types of processes that I put in place, where I saved time and I've created some efficiencies. And so today, where things are at is I have the opportunity to work with small business owners and do their social media for them. I can coach and teach them how to do it. I also coach social media marketers. So I've just taken everything in my business over the last 3 years, and I've just streamlined everything so that I can have more freedom in my life to spend time with my kids. And so that's the reason that I started everything too, Teresa, was because I wanted to just be in control of my life and in my time and have that autonomy,
Right. Yes, because especially now we've got all these opportunities online. So it's fantastic to see how you've created that, your own business world. And now I'm sure that Milestone was very tedious with that 60-hour weeks and
Yeah.
and so I'm taking that's part of the tip that you've got for these other ladies is not to overdo yourself, that you can
Yes.
You can succeed at something without having to make it the only thing in your life.
100%. And the reason that I was working so much was because I was taking on too much. That was the reality of it. Like I had a goal. I wanted to hit $10,000 in a month and I did it, but at what cost? Like my tip is, we were kind of like brought up, go to school, get good grades, get a good job so that, you can work for the next 40 years. You're operating in the job world on a sliding scale of if you want money, you have to give up time. Say this is time and this is money. And it's like the more money you want, you have to give up time, and the more time you want, you have to give up money. That's not always the case as an entrepreneur. There's ways that you can become more effective. You don't have to grind your way to financial success. There's this hustle and grind culture is dying. Like there's work ethic. You have to have a work ethic. But like people are recognizing like you don't have to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week to create the life that you want, because we do live in this online world. Right.
And then it's great to know that as a young mom, women don't have to, they can still spend time with their children. Like back in the 50s, that's all they did was spend time with their children.
Yep.
But now you can pursue your dreams. And I'm sure Danielle's would love to help you figure out. I've seen you post that you're helping women that would like to get into the social media marketing business. And so this would be a fantastic way if you want to contact with Danielle about that, to create your own life and your own business, so you can be at home with your kiddos and do the things that you want to do, or go out and be a grandma or travel the world or whatever, because you can take your business on the road. So Danielle has a perfect opportunity for you to get into social media marketing with that. And we're going to post all of her information in the comment with the video, so you can contact her directly. So I am glad that you've been here to join us today. And is there anything else that you'd like to share with us about achieving that milestone and getting into your own dreams and how to accomplish them? Is there something else you'd like to share with that?
I just want to say, I think one of the things that has been really helpful for me throughout pursuing this dream has been surrounding myself with other people, whether it's online or physically, like in your space. Just you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, right? Or that you're influenced by. So surround yourself with other women who are going after their dreams. Your dreams don't have to be the same necessarily, but associate yourself with women who are in the pursuit of something bigger than just where they're at, right? And they may not have reached their goals yet, but they're in the pursuit. That pursuit rubs off on you, and it's something that keeps you motivated. It's something I've seen with you, Teresa. Ever since we started working together, like you get around winners, and winners not in the definition of like they've accomplished the thing. It's they're a winner because they're choosing to compete, like they're going after something versus just doing. Just not doing. I'm not going to say doing nothing, but just not pursuing, right? And so
you're even chasing the wrong things.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. And there's a lot of that's what Afternoon Social is, right? It's a community of women. There's women here in this community that are in the pursuit. Connect, reach out, find your people, and talk with them often. That's my tip. Like that's a huge tip, because that being friends and having mentors that were in the pursuit of their dreams pulled me along. And I think that's what kept me motivated when I got down on myself, when people would say like, that's dumb. Why would you work so much? Like your kids, you have a new baby, because you're always going to have haters. So when you're surrounding yourself with people who can also empower you and encourage you, I think that's a huge step too. So.
Right. And you can find these, one of our secret stories is how did Danielle and I connect. We're actually in the same metro area, but I found her on a summit hosted by a lady in the state of Washington. And and I saw her information. I said, I think this would be good for my afternoon socials, getting into the social media. And so this is how Danielle and I connected. And then we found out that we had actually a mutual friend. But unfortunately, he's passed away. But yeah, it was just really weird how such a small world and we got connected anyway. So those connections, it doesn't matter if you think you can find anybody or not. Oh, sorry. I was timing her. Won't shut off. But anyway, we can find these people that will fit into our lives.
Yep. And
just from out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a thing of like the law of attraction, right? So if you've got your mind focused on like, I want to find women like me in the space, like of entrepreneurship or whatever, if you're consistently thinking about that, you're going to attract them to you. I think that's one of the ways that we became connected, Teresa, is you were at that summit for a reason, right? You were there to learn, but your mind also was on your business, on growing your company. And so you attracted to you what you were looking for. You just didn't know how it would look and how it would show up, know, but I believe in that. Like whether people believe in law of attraction or I believe it's a divine connection.
Right.
So you're exactly right.
Right. And like we had a little interruption and that's a good thing too. Even if you have little interruptions in your life and just to keep going and keep pursuing, because you have more than just your one business. You have a couple other side businesses as well. So it's not a matter of pigeonholing yourself into one thing, because you can have a great big dream that have many facets to it. So that's the whole ticket, is to keep pursuing.
Yes, well, absolutely.
I am so thankful you joined us today for Milestone Mondays. And I believe that all of our listeners out there will enjoy what you had to share with us today. And again, I'll post her contact information in the comments with the video so you can get a hold of Danielle. And I know she's been a good help to me, so she would be a great help to you if you want to pursue something new in your life. So thank you again. And we will see her on Woman to Woman Wednesday. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about comparing ourselves to other places on social media. So that'll be a fun time then too. So we'll see you then on Wednesday, Danielle.
All right. Take care.